Hello everyone, and welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations. Previously, Miles and Kay took a closer look at the Babalese embassy, and they discovered that yes indeed the building is symmetrical, and the fireplace in the Babal embassy also has a fake wall that can rotate out. They've discovered that the fake Yatagarasu, or at least the person that Kay saw and chased, surely escaped through the fireplace, which is quite interesting because according to earlier testimony, Agent Sheena of Interpol was standing in that room where the Yatagarasu should have emerged from, so she has quite a bit to answer for. And Miles has actually kept his cards close to his chest here, so we need to pick things apart bit by bit, so let's get going. During the first Babalese fire, I assisted in putting out the fire. So you helped with the fire extinguishing effort. I was in charge of the police on the Babalese side, so I helped them with their work. Police doing the job of firemen. You really know how to work people. She sure does. That's because she's one awesome woman who knows how to manage. I guess so. She's always bringing you a business card or a scroll at just the right time. To prepare for everything before I'm ordered to. That is a definition of a secretary. She kinda seems more capable than Agent Lane, doesn't she? At the very least, she's certainly more capable than you, Detective. Oh, kinda had a feeling you were going to say that. Sheena's more than just a capable secretary, you know. Sheena, tell me what other things you're good at. Alright. During the second fire, I was searching for the Yatagarasu that had appeared in Babal. By the second fire, you mean the one that consumed the third floor of Babal, correct? Yes, that was when the suspicious person was spotted in Babal. Then you were after the same person in the lawn coat that I was after. There is no proof that the suspicious person was really the Yatagarasu, because no one was able to get a good look at the person's face. By the way, how was your team's investigation? In order to extinguish the fire, water was pumped into the third floor via the windows. So the majority of the investigators conducted their searches on other floors. Maybe they did, but there was one person who was wandering around, lost on the third floor. When the fire was pretty much out, I moved to investigate the third floor. And you did that alone? Yes. While I was searching, I heard a scream coming from the next room over. So you were in the room next to Mr. Cochin's office. I already told you I was earlier. As I was examining the neighboring room, I heard that girl's shrill scream. Upon hearing her, I immediately ran towards Mr. Cochin's office. Wherein you proceeded to arrest her, as I recall. Yes, I did. But she was totally innocent, pal. Thought we had already cleared that up. And I thought I had already apologized for my behavior. Now, if the tenacious detective would be so kind as to be quiet. Ugh. I have to agree. Right now is not the time to take issue with that. Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. But what I do take issue with is the fact that you didn't see the Yatagarasu, Agent Sheena. The prosecutors of this country are all so strange. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu. You are unable to catch even a glimpse despite being in the next room. Is that true? I really hate to repeat myself. I'm sorry for inconveniencing you. However, I simply wish to make sure that you are not Mr. Oh God. Man, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble with my lungs today. Ever since I got my second bout with COVID. It comes back every once in a while. Quite unexpectedly. I try to prepare for it, but... Anyway, I simply wish to make sure that you are not misremembering something. We wouldn't want you to be accused of lying later on, would we? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. You calling Sheena's testimony a lie? Agent Lane, I'm talking with Agent Sheena right now. So I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't interrupt us with superfluous comments. Oh, I feel kind of bad for him. I understand his pain at watching one of his subordinates being accused. However, I cannot turn my eyes from the truth. Lane, I'm all right. And as for you, I think you should be focusing on your doubts on that girl rather than me. And why is that? To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that the girl's Yatagarasu even exists.
Hold it!
Are you throwing Kay's words into doubt again? Well, she does claim to be the Yatagarasu, right? And she did try to chase down the Yatagarasu despite being just an average citizen. Actually, she came here with the goal of capturing the fake Yatagarasu. That's right, which is why I would never lie about anything related to the Yatagarasu. And I suppose you have proof of that somewhere. Not quite, but even without any, I have people who believe in me, and that's enough. I see. Kay's testimony is without flaw, but as for yours... Well, let's just say that I find your testimony to be a bit suspicious. There seems to be a very large flaw in her testimony. Oh? Then why don't you show her using what we found out with Little Thief? I will, in due time. The escape route of the Yatagarasu that Kay was in pursuit of, if it turns out that it really does lead right to Agent Sheena, then what is it that she is keeping from us right now? Right. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu. Oh no, you were quite able to. You're telling a lie. Let's draw that trump card out of our sleeve. Being in the room next to Mr. Cochin's office is a problem with your testimony. Mr. Prosecutor, I don't see what problem you're talking about at all. Agent Lane, do you recall the secret we discovered about the Alabastian office fireplace? You mean how it connects the office with the room next door? What about it? Well, Alabast isn't the only country with secret connecting fireplaces. What? The fireplace in Mr. Cochin's office holds the exact same secret. What? The Yatagarasu didn't escape through the door to the room or the window. The escape route was through the revolving fireplace wall and into the next room over. She was bowled over by the revelation. Now do you see? If the Yatagarasu had escaped into the next room, then the thief would have run straight into Agent Sheena. Meaning that it's impossible for her to have missed the Yatagarasu. Yeah! What is the meaning of this, Miles? Well, would you care to explain, Agent Sheena, how you managed to completely miss the fleeing Yatagarasu, or shall I? Your claim that you were in the next room was a lie all along, wasn't it? The truth is, you were the one Kay saw in the coat. Pretending to be the Yatagarasu, and you were the one she chased after. As you tried to lose her, you ran into Mr. Cochin's office and headed for the fireplace. Then you shed your coat in the next room, leaving it there to emerge as Agent Sheena. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Could it be that... Oh, the object that was floating. Could that have been the coat thrown out the window? Huh. After that, you came back around to place Kay under arrest. Does that sound about right? If not, then speak now or forever hold your peace. How dare you make Kay look like the bad guy when you're the suspicious one, pal? Oh, jeez. She is shaken? Sheena? That's a lot of laughter. She can't help but laugh. That laugh. Yep, I called it. Well, okay, I didn't call it out loud, but a few episodes ago I said I thought I recognized what the big twist was. And that's it. Sheena is Callisto Yu. I noticed that their animations were identical. The way Sheena stands with a tilt kind of leaning to the side. The way Sheena sometimes tilts her head backwards to level her gaze on someone. And even the way she takes off her sunglasses is the exact same motion as when Yu accidentally scribbles on her face with makeup. Sheena's animations are exactly the same as Callisto Yu, and that's what I noticed. I'm really happy that I caught it on my own, but I can't help but wonder what I would be feeling if this revelation was sprung on me right now, you know? But it's still really satisfying to have caught it, even if I did kind of end up spoiling the fun and trying to figure out who done it. Anyway, this is interesting to happen right now. I thought this case would go on a lot longer, but I remember this irritating laugh. Brr, I'm getting chills down my spine. It can't be, but it has to be. Sheena, what's wrong with you? I'm sorry, it was so funny that I couldn't help but laugh. Funny, you say? Yeah, see that pose? That is Callisto to a T, right there. Yes, that you would accuse me of being the Yatagarasu. The prosecutors of this country really are all so very strange. Do you think you can get away with this by simply laughing it off? You think I'm taking things too lightly. I think not. It's that prosecutor who is. Look, everything you said earlier is nothing more than mere speculation. The Yatagarasu fled through the fireplace. Do you have any proof to back up your claim? If you don't, then you haven't proven a thing regarding the Yatagarasu's escape route. The tone of voice you're taking with me now has certainly changed. That's because it's been a while since I've had this much fun. I think I'll let loose, and then we can have a real battle of wits. For an agent of Interpol to show me the true power of her mind, it is a great honor. Don't underestimate me. I'm not some foolish broad, you know. I know, and that is why I won't hold anything back either as I answer your question. My question? Here is your proof that the revolving fireplace wall in Babal was used recently. The ashes They were swept away. There are signs that the revolving fireplace wall on Babal's side has been used. I'm sorry, but is this really your honest answer to my question? Yes. According to Ambassador Polano's testimony, he said that he was burning some documents in the fireplace with Mr. Cochin. Oh? The ashes of what they burned were left in the fireplace, so they should have been there. However, when we went to investigate the room, the ashes weren't there. Why is that a problem? Maybe someone cleaned them up. Unfortunately for you, Ambassador Polano said that he forgot to. And so the question remains, why were the ashes missing? The answer is simple. When the Yatagarasu went through the fireplace wall, the ashes were pushed into the next room by the wall as well. The movement of the ashes that were in Mr. Cochin's office is my proof. And just what is so funny? Ashes proof! Are you even allowed to submit such flaky evidence in court? You still wish to fight us? Of course, why wouldn't I? In that case, let's hear your counter-argument. My counter-argument, huh? This really is just like being in court. Well, to me, we're simply continuing from where we left off all those years ago. I have no idea what you're talking about. It doesn't matter if we're at a crime scene or in court. Let's finish this, here and now. I suppose. I've had a lot of fun today, but I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse. Let's make this the last testimony and wrap up this absurd case once and for all. Is this it? Is the game ending? But the wire and the code and the key? Where, what, who, what, are we really ending this? Here? Okay, maybe not here, but in this video? Question mark? In my eyes, all you've proved is that the rotating fireplace wall was used. But you can't really call that proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace, now can you? So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence. Remember, we've already finished our very thorough investigation, and we found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Cochin's office. And there you have it, my counter-argument. Ugh. That's very impressive. She has seen through to the fact that I have yet to gather that one piece of evidence. What is it, Kay? I haven't heard a peep out of you in quite a while now. If you don't think you can handle it, feel free to leave the rest of it to us. But Kay, pull yourself together. You're the true heir to the Yatagarasu name, are you not? If you want to steal the truth, then you must never take your eyes off of it. This chase you're running to catch the truth, you must see it through to the very end. Mr. Edgeworth, you're right. I will see this through to the end. So, you go get her for me, Mr. Edgeworth. With pleasure. Looks like a lack of evidence has left you wide open, doesn't it? Sheena, please, show me you're someone I can trust. Don't worry, this will all be the deciding match. You'll see. I'm truly sorry, Agent Lang, but I simply can't allow her to escape me again. Very well then, Agent Sheena. Shall we begin? I'm ready whenever you are. In my eyes, all you've proved is that the rotating fireplace wall was used. It sounds to me like you're saying my explanation is not good enough. But I was able to go through the revolving door myself. So that should be proof enough, even for you, pal. Huh. Looks like you don't quite understand. But by your looks, I can guess that you're not all that learned. Youch! Talk about rude. You should watch what you say, pal. Sadly, I can't say I disagree with her on that one. But you know what I mean, right? You may have proven that the fireplace was used. But you can't really call that proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace, now can you? So you want proof that the Yatagarasu was the one who used the fireplace? That's right. Well, do you have any? Can you prove that it wasn't the Yatagarasu who used the fireplace? I don't need to prove anything to you. Objection! Okay, if you could please not steal my line. Sorry, but I just couldn't hold it in anymore. Well, don't fret and leave her to me. All you have to do is sit back and watch. You may seem to have some wiggle room, but without any evidence, it's meaningless. So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence. It's possible that the Yatagarasu left fingerprints inside the fireplace. Sorry, but I had the forensics team check that already. All they found were prints belonging to Ambassador Poleno and Mr. Cochin. Curses. I should have known better than to think the Yatagarasu would have been so careless. But there must be some sort of evidence that we still have yet to find. I take it you have no further objections? Remember, we've already finished our very thorough investigation. So Interpol has finished examining the entire Babalese embassy. Yes, the investigators who weren't allowed into Alabas were incredibly helpful. They all put in greater efforts to search for any sign of the Yatagarasu. And yet, despite all that effort, it appears that they failed to notice the lack of ash in the office fireplace. Furthermore, you were the one who inspected the room next to Mr. Cochin's, correct? I didn't notice the ash there in the fireplace of that room, and for that I am sorry. You don't need to apologize, Sheena. As your boss, your mistakes are my mistakes. So allow me to apologize for you. I'm sorry. You know, maybe this guy's not such a bad guy after all. He apologizes for his subordinate and everything. What a great boss. Yeah, Gumshoe can appreciate that. Are you saying that I don't do anything for my own subordinates? No, nothing of the sort, sir. You're someone I really respect, sir. Even if you are a bit too strict sometimes. That is only a problem on your end. Wow, way to be super hard on him in response. Am I really too strict on everyone? Anyway, Sheena. You didn't find anything in Mr. Cochin's office, right? That's right. We finished our investigation. And we found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Cochin's office. So you really didn't find anything? Yes, as I said, not one suspicious thing. What about the wire and the clock? Although, as you already know, we did find the Yatagarasu's key and the document detailing the smuggling operation. But we still haven't found the blade that belongs to the Babalese knife handle yet. Heh, you see? My subordinates worked hard to investigate everything. So there was nothing else to find, alright? Wow, Agent Lanes really sticks up for his people. Lane G says, all men are brothers, and friends become family. So you see, my people are my family, and their families are my family too. That's a rather large family you have there. Yes, but we all know there is always one black sheep in any family. And though it pains me, Agent Lane, you will know that black sheep in your family. So, do you actually have any proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace passageway? No, I haven't found any yet. Then what are we gonna do? We're gonna bark up another tree. There's no need to worry, because there's a loophole in Miss Interpol agent's argument we can exploit first. The one in charge of the Bobbleys investigation was not Agent Lane, which means that with Agent Sheena in charge, it's possible she may have tampered with the evidence. That piece of evidence that we found, if there is one thing I do know, it is someone tried to hide it from us. Yes, exactly. Time to present the literal loophole. While you say that you and your agents have finished your thorough investigation, are you absolutely certain that you didn't overlook anything? Well, aren't we full of ourselves, standing there insulting Interpol agents? You better not be insinuating that my men are incompetent, Mr. Prosecutor. I'd never do that. However, it doesn't change the fact that they did overlook something. I'd like for you to take a look at this length of wire. And what exactly is this supposed to mean? She's sweating. A length of wire? So what about it? I'll tell you what. We found this in the Bobbleys embassy not long ago. What? And we found it wound up inside the grandfather clock in Mr. Cochin's office. You found that at the scene of Mr. Cochin's murder? But this wire wasn't all we found. We found one other very important thing. There's more? In Mr. Cochin's office, there were signs that someone had burned counterfeit bills there. What in the... Yeah! That evidence was something you found out through that girl's machine, right? So what if it was? That's what I thought. But unfortunately for you, a recreation made by machine is hardly concrete proof. Among the ashes you found in the room, did you happen to find any counterfeit bills? No. You see, so there was nothing in that office. Nothing you can call evidence, anyway. I'm sorry, but I seem to have given you the wrong impression. How so? I don't recall saying that I was presenting evidence of any sort. But rather, I was pointing out that your investigation was incomplete. And that this throws doubt on the purity of your investigation into the Yatagarasu. You still suspect me, I see. Alright then. I ask that you point out what part of my investigation is incomplete. The other Interpol agents worked under the command of Agent Sheena. And is it not possible that the reason the person K was chasing chose the third floor was because that person knew there would be no other agents on that floor? Yes, my thought exactly. Furthermore, we've come to see that Agent Sheena was only pretending to be investigating the Yatagarasu to the point of arresting K. In that case, there is one location that no one has yet to inspect. Your team's investigation was incomplete because they failed to inspect this location. The room you said you were looking through.
Take that!
The location, Agent Sheena, is of course the room you claim to have examined. I believe the room next to Mr. Cochin's office warrants a thorough inspection. Oh. Okay, I see. Even if you do that, I doubt you'll find anything of use to you there. I will be the one to decide that. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir, I'm on it. I'll be right back after I check out that room next to the office. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth? Do you really think that Miss Sheena's the Yatagarasu? Yes, if my logic is sound, I believe she is. Then I'm not going to let her get away with ruining the name of the Yatagarasu. But can you prove she's the Yatagarasu is the question. If Detective Gumshoe can find what I'm hoping he will find, then I should be able to. And just what are you hoping he'll find? Let's just say this. I had Detective Gumshoe do a little experiment for me earlier. An experiment? As if that detective was the brains for high science. It wasn't that mentally taxing. I had him use the same escape route as the Yatagarasu. And what did you find out by doing that? First, that it's possible for a person to fit through the revolving wall door. Second, that by going through there, his coat was covered in ash and Bob-Ali's ink. Who cares what his coat was covered in? It's not worth that much anyway. But is it really worth so little? I believe that it's actually quite a meaningful result, the value of which I'm about to prove. Mr. Edgeworth, I found some things you really need to see, sir. Oh, so what are these things that you found? Some makeup, a coat, and a pair of shoes, sir. Perfect. Oh, man. You found a coat? You hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? Maybe it's the one the person I was chasing was wearing. Yes, the possibility does exist. Agent Sheena, were these pieces of evidence not in that room when you examined it? Unfortunately for you, those aren't suspicious items of any sort. They all belong to me. They were getting in the way, so I stored them in that room. Oh. Thank you for bringing them to me. It saves me a trip. May I have them back now? These items that the detective brought back are incredibly significant. I request that I would be allowed to examine them. They're my personal belongings, so you have no right to touch them without my permission. I wish to examine them for the sake of the investigation, but if you wish to deny us access to them, Agent Lane, let's hear your opinion on this. I say, let them look at your stuff, Sheena. Lane! Sheena, let's put it all out in the open. If you're really innocent, then you have nothing to worry about, right? I guess so. Alright, go ahead and examine whatever you'd like. I can tell that Lane has so many doubts circulating in his head. He's genuinely considering the possibilities here. I like that. He's a man of integrity, you know? After all, I have nothing to hide. Good. Now, let us begin. So which of Agent Sheena's belongings are you going to examine, sir? Oh, that was Gumshoe. Definitely, absolutely, without question, the coat. Let's examine the coat. Yes, sir. It appears you managed to stain your coat rather badly. Agent Sheena? The Yatagarasu that Kay saw was wearing a coat, and I'm beginning to wonder if the stain wasn't created when you went through the fireplace. No, you have it wrong. That soot probably got on my coat when I was helping the police put out the fire. And what about this dark substance around the hem of your coat? Oh, I didn't realize that the hem was that dirty. I'm sure it's just some water mixed with soot from when I was helping with the fire. I don't think so. You think you can get away with such a transparent lie? Yeah, don't lie to us, pal. This is the same pattern of dirt that got on my coat when I went through the fireplace.
Your words ring hollow in the absence of evidence, you know. So, unless you can prove that the dirt on my coat is from the fireplace...
Which I can.
What? How?
You did a great job, Detective Gumshoe. Me, sir? What did I do? This coat. This is exactly the piece of evidence I was searching for. I had been hoping to find the coat that the person Kay saw was wearing. And thanks to you, we proved that going through the fireplace would sully a coat. I don't quite get what you're saying, but I'm happy for the praise, sir. All that remains is for us to show what the dark substance on the coat hem is.
Oh, and you think you can do that?
Of course I can. This is the dark substance that sullied the hem of this coat. Bobley's ink.
Take that! Bobley's ink?
Yes, this is what will prove that the coat went through that fireplace. According to Ambassador Poleno, he burned some files in the fireplace this morning.
You told us about that already, so I don't really see the point in mentioning it again.
My point is that he spilled some ink onto the back wall of the fireplace at that time. If the dark substance on this coat turns out to be Bobley's ink, it would prove that you and this coat went through the revolving fireplace wall. Sorry to have clipped one of your wings, Yadagarasu, but we're not finished yet.
But you have no way of proving whether or not this is Bobley's ink on the coat hem.
Oh, but I do, and I intend to show that it is ink in a few seconds.
How?
How, you ask? Well, since you don't seem to know, allow me to show you. This is how I will prove that the dark substance on the coat is Bobley's ink. Burn it. We can find out whether that is Bobley's ink or not by lighting it on fire. That's how you're gonna prove that it's Bobley's ink? Yes. If you could please cut a section of the dark stained area for me, I'd appreciate it. Because I will show you here and now what the dark substance is. Sheena. Sorry to do this, but I'm going to have to cut off a bit of your coat.
Go ahead. I wasn't planning to wear it anymore anyway.
Now then, if someone could loan me a lighter or something.
Ooh, I've got some matches. I always carry them with me so I can light smoke bombs.
Then, if I could please have one, Kay, we can get this experiment underway.
The flame!
It's the same color as the flame's wit crystal oil produces. Which means... Bobley's ink is a product of wit crystal oil. And when lit, the ink produces a green flame. I believe the time has come to clip the Yadgarasu's other wing.
Miss Sheena, you're the fake Yadagarasu. The one who killed my father.
It's about time you came clean, Agent Sheena. Or should I say, Callisto you. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. You're not serious, are you? Do I look like the joking type to you?
Callisto you? I've never heard that name before in my life. That manner of speaking and that attitude, you haven't changed a bit in 7 years.
You're the defense attorney that killed Mr. Faraday and then tried to frame me for it.
Oh, really? And you have proof? You insist that I am this Callisto you woman, but you can't prove it. If you have no proof, then I'm afraid you won't be able to lay a single finger on me.
The raven is a very unique bird, one that flies by the darkness of night. However, the light of dawn has arrived, and it will reveal your true ugly form to the world.
Enough poetry. I want to see some evidence. Do you really have something that can prove that she is Callisto Yu?
I might if she's an idiot, but that depends. I do. It's something that the second Yatagarasu has preserved for us these last 7 years.
Do me the honor, Mr. Edgeworth.
I will, Kay, for we have finally come to the end. We'll prove her to be the Callisto Yu with this, and clip this Yatagarasu's wings for good. The key? Right, so I was originally going to say maybe Callisto's perfume. We could say maybe Sheena smells the same and is using the same exact perfume, but no, this is way more decisive. The key was stolen 7 years ago by Callisto, and it somehow found its way here tonight. And was found in a room that Sheena was in, alone. It's too good to pass up.
Take that!
Wait, what? It's not the key? What? Wait, what? Okay. Okay, well, in hindsight, maybe this is like the only place, okay, the evidence you saved for all these years. Yeah, okay. In hindsight, this is probably really the only place we can ever possibly use this evidence. Okay, train derailed a bit, but we're back on track.
Take that!
This perfume. This will prove you to be Callisto Yu.
It will.
Kay has preserved it perfectly for us. Surely you remember this bottle. This belonged to Miss Yu just before she disappeared 7 years ago. Naturally, this means that a few of her fingerprints are on here as well. Oh, Prince.
This is that bottle of perfume you spilled, which I have preserved ever since. I heard from my father, Byrne Faraday, that if stored under the right conditions, a fingerprint can be preserved for decades. Which means that your fingerprints are still on here, every last one.
We can clear everything up if we were to compare the prints on this to your own. Now come, Agent Sheena. Will you submit yourself to a fingerprint test? Oh, jeez. Oh, she's losing it. Yeah, laugh your heart out, lady.
It looks like you've seen right through me yet again. You're sending the biggest chill down my spine, Edgeworth.
Callisto, you.
So you've shown your true face at last. This feeling of thrill, it's even greater than that time 7 years ago.
Sheena, you're...
Lane, I really enjoyed our days together. You're an insanely strong, nice, kind-hearted idiot of a man.
So, you were a spy all along. A mole sent by the smuggling ring I've been chasing after. Someone who has been feeding them intel on Interpol all this time.
Very good. Maybe you're not as big of an idiot as I thought. Callisto, you, the woman who killed my father 7 years ago. You're her, aren't you? The fake Yatagarasu? That's right. Callisto Yu. That's just one of my many names. But even that is just a facade. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the great thief Yatagarasu.
Callisto Yu, this time you won't escape, for this is the end of the road for you. Now come along quietly.
You know, you're the one who left the strongest impression on me, Kay Faraday. and had you not used the Yatagarasu's gadgets, I might have never known who you were. But here you are, being a thorn in my side, just like your father always was. Okay, don't. I'll never forgive you for what you did to my father. You really are just like him. Mr. Faraday, too, possessed such laughable honesty.
Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. Oh, you let Kay go right now, pal.
You despicable. Let go of me, you filthy... Ah! You think I'm a fake, don't you? Well, unfortunately for you, I'm the real Yatagarasu. But that's impossible. My father was the one who created Little Thief. Hey, Edgeworth. The Yatagarasu has 3 legs. Do you know why that is?
There are 3 Yatagarasu?
Why it has 3 legs?
There are 3 main reasons why the Yatagarasu will always be one step ahead. First, the Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system.
No, it can't be. Did you finally figure it out? Do you finally know the real identity of the Yatagarasu?
The real identity of the Yatagarasu is...
What? What?
Well, this has just thrown me through a loop. I was so dead certain it was burned, but... Is it not him? I'm well and truly baffled, so I'm just gonna pick maybe neither person and see what the hell happens.
The real identity of the Yatagarasu is neither Byrne Faraday nor Callisto Yu. But by the same token, they are also both the real Yatagarasu. How very perceptive of you. No way! The single person known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu never existed. Mr. Edgeworth! No, I refuse to believe this.
The Yatagarasu is known to have 3 special skills. Skill number 1. The Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. And a lawyer would have the opportunity to learn the layout of client corporations. Skill number 2. The Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. And a good prosecutor would be well versed in the ways of a criminal. And skill number 3. The Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind, ever. Detective Bad? Detective Bad? It was only natural for the Yatagarasu to never leave evidence behind, because the lead detective on the case hid it all away.
You're the 3rd member of the Yatagarasu?
Oh my god, dude. Oh, damn.
I've been looking for you for a long time. 7 long years, but I finally got you.
Why, Mr. Bad, long time no see. What happened to us? We used to be such a great team. If you were such a great team, then why did you kill my father 7 years ago? Why, indeed. It was nothing personal, really. He was just another person I had to kill. How can you say that? I grow weary of this, and it's about time for everything to come to an end. And this time, I won't miss. Stop!
You?
Kay!
It's over, Sheena.
Your leg!
Ooh. Oh, he took the bullet. You idiot. What were you thinking jumping in front of my gun like that? What are you risking your life for? I'm sorry, Detective Bad, but no matter what sort of past she may have had, or even if she is a spy, it doesn't change the fact that she is my subordinate. And as long as she is, I can't allow any harm to come to her, not even from you.
You really are an idiot. You know that?
That's fine with me. You should know by now that this is just how I am. Hey, sis.
Yes?
Why don't you conduct a full-body search? Sheena might have another weapon on her.
All right. Detective Gumshoe, your assistance, please.
Sir. Hey, I found something.
Well.
What is this, sir? Looks like the blade of a knife, but it doesn't have a handle.
This is a great find, Detective.
Huh? It is, sir?
Let's try pairing up this blade with this handle.
Take that!
I believe this blade actually belongs with the handle that was on the murder weapon.
Hey, they fit together perfectly.
This blade must have been taken from the crime scene when the knife handles were switched.
I'm going to go return this Bobbly's knife now.
All right. I trust that you'll make sure that it is returned to Ambassador Polano. Bobbly's knife handle given to Detective Gumshoe. I believe this makes it perfectly clear who did it, Callisto Yu. For the only time the handles could have been switched is just after Mr. Cochin's murder. Which means that you must be Mr. Cochin's killer. You killed Mr. Cochin with the Alabastian knife, switched the handles, and then took the original blade of the Bobbly's knife with you. Later, you allowed yourself to be spotted by Kay near the open-air stage. You used the fireplace to lose her, and then you went back to accuse her of the murder. Does that about sum it up?
Well, I talked about it, didn't I? It was odd that they didn't give Sheena her own voice for objections and hold-its, but there we go, that's Callisto Yu's. Yep.
You craft an engaging tale, Edgeworth, but there are two problems with it.
Problems?
In what respect? Why do you think my real reason wasn't allowing her to chase after me? It was all so I could capture Kay Faraday. What? When I saw you using that device at Gatewaterland, I knew right away that you were Byrne Faraday's daughter. I became curious, so I researched a little into your background. That's how I found out about that you were on the trail of the Yadgarasu. So that's why you tried to pin Mr. Cochin's murder on me. Yes, I knew that you would show up at this embassy tonight, so I thought to use you. But pinning the murder on you wasn't my only goal. You had another? Yes. Once I had you under arrest, I had planned to search you and take back the device that rightfully belonged to me, the true Yatagarasu. You were going to take little thief away from me? 7 years ago, it was thanks to that device that Faraday was able to infiltrate this place. But he stole more than he should have. I had a tough time recovering that precious key.
Then, the person who stole the Yatagarasu's key was Mr. Faraday.
You. That incident 7 years ago. What was the catalyst behind it?
In the eyes of the smuggling ring, the Yatagarasu was becoming a bit of a problem. It wasn't an especially pleasant assignment.
Then why? Why did you become a member of the Yatagarasu?
Why? There is no why. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning.
From the beginning? What is that supposed to mean?
The person I take orders from hasn't changed. Even now, to this day.
Does this mean that the leader of the smuggling ring wasn't Mr. Kochin? Then the real ringleader is still out there pulling the strings.
Are you done asking what you need to know? Because if so, we should probably get going. You're gonna tell me everything you did tonight. You understand, Sheena?
Well, he has taken that bullet really well.
I guess I should tell you then that I was the one who set the Babalese embassy on fire.
And why did you do that?
I suppose it was to destroy all evidence of the counterfeit bills.
That was what the smuggling ring was trying to do. But then why start 2 fires?
Sorry, but I can't tell you anything about the ring. It's your job to complete your investigation after all. I've had my fun. Now it's your turn to enjoy the ride. Wait, I mean, Miss Sheena. Yes? When I fell to the floor earlier, these fell at my feet. What about them? They're such pretty hair sticks that I thought, well, I should return them to you. You can have them. They're of no use to me anymore. If you don't want them, you can always just throw them away. No, I want to keep them. Suit yourself. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot, Edgeworth. About the second problem I had with your story. I didn't kill anyone tonight.
What?
I'm not saying that as a sore loser. Think of it as a hint, if you will.
Mr. Prosecutor.
Yes, Agent Lane?
Mark my words, I'm not done here, and I'll be back. And it's got nothing to do with duty or anything, because this has become my personal case. I may have been shot, but I'll show you just how dangerous a wounded wolf can be.
His anger appears to have negated the sensation of pain in his injured leg. It's finally over, Kay.
Oh my god, wow. God, wow, so Callisto being Sheena was only half the twist, huh? Man, I feel like at some point in this playthrough, at some point I floated the possibility that the Yatagarasu might be multiple people. If I didn't say it out loud, I definitely thought it because there's just an inkling in my mind that I thought it at some point. So yeah, wow. Faraday, you, and bad. You bad Faraday? That's a complete sentence. You're bad Faraday?
You're bad for a day? Oh my god. Okay. Ugh. Well, yeah, it's as I thought. Things were too good to be true. Even as we were getting Sheena into the trap and exposing the truth of everything, there were too many oddities that were left unanswered. How were the weapons smuggled? What is the flying object? What's up with the hot dogs? What's up with the orders from Mr. Cochin to Damask II? Something's weird. Something's really, really, really weird. But, I mean, I feel like we're 2/3 of the way done with this case. That's what I feel like. 2/3 maybe. A chapter has ended for certain, but the book has yet to close. And I'm very, 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 very excited to see what comes next. This is getting good. Oh, it's gonna be fascinating to talk to Bad next time. Can't wait. Anyway, I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been more Ace Attorney Investigations. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.